Hey, everybody, how are you? This is Ralph Perez, and welcome to Thursday Night Coffee. I'm going to talk a little bit about what's been going on in the realm of horror. I have my horror and coffee mug right here, and I hope everybody out there is having a good time, whether you're here on the chat or not, whether you're watching the replay. I hope you like this. I hope this is informative. And if you do like what you see, please consider subscribing. Please tap on that bell for future notifications, for future horror and coffee content, the reviews, the talks like this, things like that. I hope everybody is having a pleasant Thursday evening. I would have gone on earlier. I kind of want to make it 8 o'clock usually, but I had something to do first. Um, and which was important. So sometimes that will happen. Sometimes I'll make it a little later here on Thursday Night Coffee. Sometimes I won't be here at all. Maybe I can't because I'm attending something else. I went to a Kevin's Geeks Out event about John Carpenter 2 Thursdays ago, so there was nothing that night. But here I am, and it's just me for now. I have put the link in the chat. So if any of you want to join me in the chat, I'll be more than happy to bring you in so we could talk about the latest in horror and the latest in pop culture in whatever, right? It's been, Halloween has come and gone, and we're back on it. And, now the holidays are upon us. It's pretty much a snowball effect. It's like a snowball rolling down a hill. It's going to get bigger and bigger and faster. And before you know it, we'll be past Christmas. So start thinking about your Christmas gifts, everyone, and start considering what you want to get your loved ones and who you want to be with. I actually had, hey, Pinhead 198. Love this channel. Thank you. You got it, man. I appreciate you here. I just want to, share a little something personal here that I'm really excited about. My daughter is back from college for a few days, and I haven't seen her in a few months. I mean, we've been in touch and everything, of course, but it was great picking her up from the airport and bringing her home. And we had a chance to catch up, and we're gonna catch up again. We're gonna go see Black Phone 2. She's a horror fan like me. She aspires to make movies, actually. So, she has my full backing and support in this. So I'm very excited for that. But, we're going to be doing that. So I'm, it's been a pretty good week, right? So Thursday Night Coffee is when I'm having coffee on a Thursday night like now. And, we just talk stuff. We just talk stuff. We whatever comes to mind, whatever you guys want to discuss as well. You can bring your own ideas to the table. Let me know what you would like to hear on Thursday Night Coffee. You can put them in the chat right there, and you can just let me know in the comments what are topics you would like to hear. I want to know what you guys want to talk about too. All right. I don't want this to be just about me. This is also about you guys. Horror and Coffee has been around for quite a while, for many years, if I have to be honest. And we've reviewed movies, and we're going to continue to do that. And I'm going to continue to go in that direction. But hey, somebody has just entered the thing, and it is my gorgeous, my queen. Hi, love. She's called Peaceful G here, right? And the reason why, actually, we did something really cool, her and I. We actually did and you can see it in my channel, in the Horror and Coffee channel. We recently just did a trailer reaction to Scream 7. Okay? It was the first time that I had her on with me, and we were both watching this trailer for the first time. And we had such a blast making that video. And I definitely want to do that again with her in future trailer reactions to future movies that are coming out. Yeah, she was saying it that was fun. Yes, it was. It was fun. Another thing that's going on before I get to the bigger topics is for those of you who know, some of you do, some of you don't. I'm a musician, right? I play guitar and some bass. And my friend Pablo, who's been on the channel, and we've talked about this a couple of weeks ago. He has a channel called Retro Rock and Roll, right? Where we all get together and we do retro songs from the 80s, from the 90s. Usually we do some 70s stuff too. And we do some of those old songs, some classics. So we revisit those and we actually play these songs. Oh my God! Yep, she's down. Of course, to do the more trailer reactions. Absolutely, I'm looking forward to that. And so we're doing this, and we're there's some developments. Nothing's etched in stone yet, but things are moving quickly to the place that me and some of the people of Retro Rock and Roll will be hopefully potentially playing live soon in small venues nearby. So I'm very excited about that because it's been a long time since I played in a live venue, small bar and grill thing. We're doing cover songs. I love playing music. Music is a passion of mine, like this is. And that's something I'm always going to be attached to. That's something that's always going to be a part of my life, really, to be honest with you. So one more time, I'm going to add the link. Hold on for a minute. See if I could do that. Yeah, there we go. I'm going to paste the link again. If anybody wants to come in and share your knowledge of horror, right? Or maybe some knowledge you might have of things that I don't know yet, maybe, right? Because I don't know everything. I mean, come on, just because I love talking about horror movies and sci-fi and all that kind of stuff on this channel doesn't mean I know everything. There are things that go under the radar for me and I don't see it. So, well, here's one thing. Then we'll start with this piece of news, okay? While other people are, yes, we're going to rock. That's right. She's helping us. My queen is helping us get these, get us to start playing live and stuff like that. She knows people and she has connections and she has the marketing know-how on how to get things going, get the ball rolling, basically, and those kind of things. So I'm very excited to go in this direction and share it with her. But I want to talk about this first. All right. Looks like it's just going to be me for a while. But let's talk about this. Yeah, I'm very excited about this. For those of you who are familiar with this symbol, this is the first official ad for the sequel to Godzilla -1. 2 years ago almost, Godzilla -1 came to the theaters, and it was an incredible movie. I'm a Godzilla fan through and through, always have been since childhood, and I said this in when I reviewed it when it came out, and I still stick to my guns about it to this day. This is Godzilla -1 has been potentially, arguably, the best Godzilla movie I've ever seen outside of the original 1954 Godzilla that came out in 1954, right? Because usually Godzilla movies are very monster-centric and the people tend to kind of be background noise. Like I remember when I was a kid, I forget about what they're going through. I want to know what the monsters are doing. That was where the fun was, right? So whenever I saw Godzilla versus Megalon, or Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla, or if I saw Monster Zero or Rodan, or when Godzilla fought Mothra, and all of those things happen. That's when, as I only speak for myself, but I'm sure a lot of kids felt the same way. That was what we wanted to see. That's what we watched on TV. you know, and but then when it jumped back to the people, we would be like, forget this, like forget it. Who cares about them? But in Godzilla Minus One, also made by Toho, the studio that created Gojira. Gojira is all Toho Studios. I have to say, this was the first time that I really cared about the characters to this level. There have been a couple of occasions in other movies like Shin Godzilla, which came out in 2016. I think it came out, or 2006. I know there's a 6 in there somewhere. Pinhead 198 is saying, I can't wait for this film. Godzilla is often loved -1. And Pinhead 198 said, my grandfather introduced me to Godzilla as a little kid. My father introduced me to Godzilla as a little kid. When I was a kid, I was, I think, 5 or 4 or something like that. And I came home with my mom, and my father was watching King Kong versus Godzilla, the 1962 King Kong versus Godzilla. And that was the first time I ever saw King Kong or Godzilla. And I lost my mind. I loved it. I sat down with my father and we watched the whole thing, and I just went crazy. I love King Kong versus Godzilla. That was the first time I ever saw Godzilla, and I fell in love with that monster. And it's never been the same since. As a matter of fact, I have a little Godzilla right here. You can't see it. It's kind of dark in here, but I have that one, and I have a Funko Pop Godzilla. Look at that. Ooh, look at how the eyes and teeth are glowing. Ooh. And the back and the spikes. Look at that. That is pretty cool, actually, under this light. That's hot. Okay. Nice. All right. So there we go. So we have Godzilla -1. And people probably are wondering, why is it called Godzilla -1? Oh. I'm sorry. This is the next topic. Hold on for a second. Hold on. There you go. Okay. I don't know how that happened. That's the next topic. That was a technical glitch. So my idea is, hold on. Pinhead 198 wants to say something too. I'm not sure who Pinhead 198 is. Apparently, Pinhead has been watching my content, but to be honest with you, the name is new to me. So if it's somebody I know specifically, feel free to reveal yourself, because there's no secrets here. Pinhead 198 says, so did I. My grandpa made me watch the 1954 Godzilla when I was 6, and I've loved it ever since. That's right. And that was the black and white one. That was the black and white Godzilla from 1954, the original film that Toho made. Where's my coffee? Oh, I was like, where's my coffee? So I've been a fan for a long time. First time comment. All right. Awesome. Thank you, Pinhead, for revealing yourself to us finally. So that's an awesome thing. So my thoughts of this, to Godzilla -1 and now Godzilla -0. Some people have asked, well, what does -1 mean? And I've explained this in previous videos, but for the sake of whatever, I'm going to explain it again right here. Godzilla -1, if you remember, if you saw the movie, took place started at the end of World War II. Japan just struck a horrifying loss of World War II at the hands of the United States with their first ever use of a nuclear weapon on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. And when Japan surrendered, it was up to them. It was left to them to pick up the pieces, so to speak. So they were in such a a bad state that that they were even below anywhere. They were at zero. Essentially, right? And then when Godzilla showed up, it got even worse. So that's what the -1 means. It's like a negative. It's a -1. Godzilla -1, right? If you remember math, there was like, if you count down from like say 5 to 0, it's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. But then if you wanted to keep on going, you will go -1, -2, -3, -4, -5. Godzilla -1 was Godzilla -1. So if, in other words, this movie was, if Japan didn't get it any worse by getting 2 nukes thrown at it, which actually did in reality in history, Godzilla just made things far worse. Godzilla -1. Now, this movie is called Godzilla -0. What does that mean? Right? Because 0 doesn't usually have a minus to it. It's either +1 or -1, like -1, and then the 0 is right there in between beneath. So this one's called Godzilla -0. And I have no idea what it's about, but I can tell you what I've read, and I'm going to read it off to you right now. That way people know what's going on. Just give me a sec. I have it here. All the information. Okay. So basically, Godzilla -1. It says this. It's been shot in different places from August 30th to September 14th. It's expected to wrap in late December. So by the end of the year, basically, it's expected to finish filming. Right? It's directed by the same guy who made Godzilla -1, which, by the way, won an Academy Award for Best Visual Effects. The first Godzilla movie ever to have received an Academy Award for anything. So visual effects, yes, we'll take that. Thank you very much. It is well deserved. It says here that it's going to take place, the setting, not too long after the events of Godzilla -1. So probably in the early 50s, I'm assuming. But this was first reviewed in Godzilla Fest 2025, which was held November 3rd, last week, at the Tokyo Dome City in Japan. And when they mentioned that it was -0, forget about it. Everybody lost their minds. So the idea is that it's scheduled for release for us to watch about a year from now, towards the end of 2026. Yeah. So that's all we know so far. Now, hopefully, God willing, we'll have a preview for it before that, because I definitely want to do a trailer reaction for Godzilla -0 once it comes out. Very excited for it. I lost my mind when I saw the trailer for Godzilla -1, and forget it, the movie did not disappoint. Again, it's amazing. Had a high Rotten Tomatoes score. So we're good to go there. Yeah, that's what's happening there. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Godzilla -1. And I'm very excited for it. Let's see what we got here. Pinhead is pretty much here talking to me. Says, can't wait for the film. Godzilla is awesome. Loved -1. And then he mentioned earlier about his grandfather introducing him. He says he's been a fan for the long time. First comment, I think I put that in. I'm pretty sure I joined you at Saw 10 review. Oh, nice. All right, cool. All right. My memory fails me, but whatever. Or the Hellraiser remake review. The Hellraiser remake review. Very good. Very good. Actually, that was quite a movie. Hellraiser, the new Hellraiser. I hadn't seen it much. I think I've seen it twice, but then But now looking back, if when I think about it, I remember it. It was really good. It was really good. So I definitely enjoyed that movie. I still think the original, as many remakes as one can make, nothing beats the original by any stretch of the imagination, no matter what you do. But that was good. Now, looking forward to Godzilla, but there's another monster we need to keep our eyes on, and that's this. Hold on. Why is it showing this? There we go. The Thing 2. Now, I got to be careful here. The Thing 2, right? Directed by John Carpenter, released in 1982. One of the best John Carpenter movies ever made. The prosthetic effects, this was long before CGI, knocked it out of the park. The Thing from 2011 is a prequel to that movie, which I absolutely loved. I think a lot of people didn't want to like it or didn't see it because they thought it would be stupid, because they thought it was a remake with CGI instead of the practical effects. But no, it had CGI, but there were still things in there that had practical effects in honor of the original John Carpenter classic. Well, yeah, Pinhead one, the Thing 2. Come on. Well, here's the thing. Let's not pay attention to where it says in the bottom here begins production. It hasn't begun production yet. It hasn't. However, John Carpenter is in talks. This I know. John Carpenter himself is in talks with Blumhouse Studios to get this thing going. But so far, they're just talking. That's it. Now, having said that, this movie, I love and remember the original Thing. I saw it at Victor's house. Vic, the co-founder of the channel, and he showed it to me, and I was blown away. I was shocked. I couldn't believe what I saw. Right, and I've always thought of a sequel for years. Right, and this is my personal opinion on what I would think a sequel to this would look like. Okay. You're like, oh God, no. Yeah, check it out. Okay. The whole point of the Thing, right? It's an alien that comes to Earth 100,000 years ago, gets stuck in the ice, and then he finally gets released, right, by some doctors that dig it up. And we see this in the 2011 Thing, the prequel. We see how all that happens. This alien is not like it's not like any other alien. What it does is it attacks people. It attacks any living organism, really. It doesn't even have to be a person, as we very well know, and from watching the first one. And it mimics it completely, perfectly, almost. That you cannot tell or recognize the original person or animal or whatever from the simulated one that was simulated and that was made a copy of, while the other one got absorbed and dissolved, the original one. So the idea was that it got, it was in this base in Antarctica, and it started like infecting everyone, and people didn't trust each other. If you see the movie, you'll see what I mean. It's great the way it came out. But a sequel would mean this. And this was, brought up in the original Thing when one of the doctors, one of the scientists, one of the top guys was Tony Movie Chap. Okay. All right, Tony, no problem. I'm not going to be on for long. I'm going to be here at least until 10:30, and then I'm going to go off the air. So you got until 10:30 to join me, by all means. I'll put the link here again so you can join me so you could see it and just jump right in. Let me put it in. All right. So back to the point, which is that this alien replicates itself, but the doctor in the original film, in this one, the John Carpenter film, was like putting all this stuff in the computer and seeing the simulation of one cell to the thing cell. It was a regular cell. It was for one of the dogs. Remember the kettle scene where it all started coming out? And then he typed in some kind of calculation as to what would happen if this thing got out to normal population zones in the planet, cities, countries. Within a certain amount of hours, thousands of hours, but it would still happen, the entire world population would become infected with this thing. It would be basically an extinction level event where every living organism, if not one specific type of living organism, is totally wiped out. And because they became stimulated by this alien, which is intelligent. It's intelligent, and it knows what it's doing, and it knows how to be slick, and knows how to be sly, and knows how to hide, right? So I imagine a sequel to this, The Thing 2, kind of going in that direction. Like, let's not keep it in Antarctica. Let's see where else it goes. Huh? It starts spreading. Well, it could be a situation that takes place in another isolated, specified area of the world, like, say, I don't know, South Africa or South America, towards the tip, like Chile or whatever, because, it's close to Antarctica, so it kind of like bleeds out there. We could go that direction, or we could go in the direction of something apocalyptic where the whole world is undergoing this, and there are humans, and the stories about the human survivors that are trying to survive being simulated by this. I don't know which direction they're going to go with it, but I personally like the apocalyptic scenario because I love apocalyptic movies. But it looks like that's what we're may potentially be looking at. But I don't know what's in John Carpenter's head, so we'll find out. We'll find out eventually. Very excited for that. Very excited. So aside from that, this is going to be a great thing. Yeah, he's like, we'll see. Yeah, absolutely, Pinhead. We will definitely see. And Tony Movie Chap, who is a fan of the channel, will be joining me in a couple of minutes to share with me his thoughts about The Thing 2. Yeah, this is a big deal. We're gonna figure it out. In the meantime, I'm here in the dark. I think my lighting the batteries are dying. They're battery powered, these lights. I need to get better lighting. I'd rather he do a Dead Space adaptation, like something happening in outer space. Is that what you mean by that, Pinhead? That instead of happening on Earth, we see that. I don't know how I feel about that, because I think all right, hold up. Here comes Tony. Hey, Tony, how are you?
Doing great.
All right. What is your avatar? What's your avatar? What is that?
Clifford. Oh, sorry. I'm getting the hang of this. It's some fun. When we get to the.
Okay. I don't know. It looks like The Fly from 1987 or 88.
No, it's Clifford Johnson from District 9.
Oh, I remember District 9. That was good.
Mm-hmm.
That was good. How are you, Tony? How have you been feeling?
No, I've been doing good.
Good. I'm glad to hear.
I've been feeling a bit. Ups and downs, but I'm doing okay.
Yeah, I know. We all have that. Welcome to the human race. It's all about the ups and downs. I think what matters is how we ride them,
Mm-hmm.
how we ride the ups and downs. I think that's what's more important. Um, but you said you had some thoughts about this. You heard about this, right? The thing too.
No, it's kind of lukewarm because like John Carpenter because sometimes he could be like joking around at some like con like, oh, is he really serious or is he really not serious, you know? But I do love his honesty though, like what he said about the substance.
What did he say about the? I didn't hear that.
No,
What
he
did he
said he
say?
didn't like it.
He said he what?
He didn't like it.
Oh, he didn't like it. Oh, he's not the only one. Trust me.
Yeah, no, he hated it. I'm like, oh, yep.
I actually liked it.
Yeah, me too. But yeah, Carpenter wasn't.
Especially the best part of the movie was the ending scene, the climactic ending when it all came out.
Yep.
It actually looked like the thing in a way, right?
Yeah.
You're like Eddie.
It was like a David.
You know?
It was a David Cronenberg film inspired.
Oh my goodness! I had a lot of fun with that one, but I have to be real. With the substance, people who were in the theater looked like, "What the hell am I watching?" My girlfriend was right next to me, going, "What the hell am I watching?" You know, and I was just laughing my head off. I was like, "I can't believe what I'm watching." You know, everybody was like saying, "What the hell am I watching?" And
I mean,
I'm going, I love what I'm watching.
yeah. And no disrespect to Mikey Madison. I mean, she's really good, but I feel like that Oscar Demi Moore definitely deserved that Oscar big time.
I agree. But Demi Moore is long deserving of that.
Yeah, she's had a longer career than Mikey Madison, but
here's the funny thing. Mikey Madison, guess who her mother is? You know who her mother is, right?
No.
I think her last name is McDowell. She was big in the 80s.
No, that's not Mikey Madison. No, you're thinking of the other chick. That's Margaret something. No,
wait, who played Mikey Madison?
No, because Mikey Madison, you're thinking of Anna McDowell.
Yes.
Love Live. What's it called?
I'm terrible at names.
Yes,
I'm terrible with names.
Videotapes, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, her. That's funny because and Ally McDowell and Demi Moore were together in a movie back in the 80s called St. Elmo's Fire. Mm-hmm. And I was like, that's funny how her daughter now is in this and Demi Moore's in this. So I always found that interesting.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Talented.
Tell me about the thing, too.
Well, like I said, I mean, we don't know if he was joking or not, John Carpenter. I mean, he may have been joking around. I mean, I think there's been, like, I know, like, Blumhouse, like, they announced back in 2020 that they were going to do, like, a new take or a sort of a sequel to Carpenter's film, but nothing has really come of it. So that kind of tells me, like, maybe they've seen, like, drafts before, like, different scripts before, and they're like, yeah, that's not good enough yet. Like, they don't want to make it just about yet, which is good. I like that they're at least taking their time with it, but
I heard reliable sources that he's in talks with Blumhouse about it.
Mm-hmm. Do you think he'll direct it, or you think he's too old?
I don't know if he'll direct it, but he'll definitely have some part in it. Though maybe similar to how he was involved with the last 3 Halloween movies. You know, because he didn't direct it, but he did the music and he was producing it. You know, things like that.
Yeah, no, those were great.
That's arguable. I enjoyed Halloween Kills.
I liked all 3. They're not all great, but I mean, Kills is really good. It gets kind of silly with Evil Dies Tonight.
Evil Dies Tonight. Evil Dies Tonight. Oh God, that was just. I'm saying that was too much. That was overkill right there.
Yeah, I know.
I'm not too crazy about the what's the director's name?
David Gordon Green.
David Gordon Green. I'm not keen to his directing style. You know,
and he's good. I just don't think he.
I need you to think about Exorcist Believer and say that again. Say it in my face.
Well, he did.
Because that was god awful.
did knock it out with Exorcist. I'll give you that. He definitely wasn't the right choice for Exorcist.
No, he wasn't. And my dude, Frank, Lord Darth Torres. Hey, people, looking forward to the thing too. To be honest, I'm looking forward to anything with John Carpenter because let's be honest, how much longer will we have on this earth? Frankie, don't you mean how much longer will he have on this earth? I mean, he's the one that's really up in his years, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. There goes. Have him. I meant. Yeah, I know. I knew that's what you meant, Frank. I know that's what you meant. But yeah, we're. Mm-hmm.
With his Halloween trilogy, you can kind of get you could kind of get away with a bit more seriousness with Halloween because Halloween's a really polarizing franchise. So you can kind of take more creative, little bit choices. But I feel like with Exorcist, like people are expecting something really great, like Exorcist 1 and Exorcist 3. And when you don't like deliver on that level, like those two movies, you're gonna fall flat. And
I don't know what the hell he was thinking. I don't know how the writing was god awful. It was just bad all around. And I've done live streams about this when the movie came out. You've seen them, I'm sure. Mm-hmm. Where we just go to town on that movie. So I'm not going to repeat that here, but I will tell you, for those of you who want to watch it, do it at your own peril. I'm sure it's on some streaming platform. So
How do you feel about Mike Flanagan doing it though?
That I'm curious about because didn't he do Evil Dead 2013? No. Or am I crazy?
No, he did Dr. Sleep.
He did Dr. Sleep. That's right. No, but he did a few other things too.
He did he did the
Ouija board?
Yeah, he did the prequel to that movie.
Okay.
That was really good. He's done a couple of other great TV shows, and he's involved in a new Kaylee TV show that's coming out. So yeah, he's a good choice. I'm curious because
I'm curious too. I think
he's the one guy that I think can actually bring this franchise back together.
He might. Only time will tell. I think the issue is that you're going up. You see, you're trying to follow up on one of the greatest horror films that was ever made.
Yeah. Some would argue the greatest.
So yeah, some would argue the greatest. Some would argue the scariest. The only thing is, we're talking about another time period. We're talking about 50 years ago now. Mm-hmm. Over 52 years ago, if I'm correct, 53. The Exorcist is in a class by itself, and you can make as many versions of it as you want, but it will never have the same profound impact that original did back then.
Do you like Dewey though?
I do. At first I did, but then I watched it again a few years ago, and I was like, damn, you know what? This ain't so bad after all.
No, it's good. Well, it's from the original guy that wrote the Exorcist, William
Peter Blatty.
I'm on a live stream.
What? Oh.
No, nothing.
William Peter Blatty. He wrote it.
Yeah.
He wrote it. Fede Alvarez did Evil Dead. Thank you, Pinhead.
He did the Evil Dead remake.
Yeah. The Exorcist is and always will be my favorite horror film, the original. Yeah, that's my point. You see how he said that? Mm-hmm. You can make as many Exorcist movies as you want, but it
would probably be top 5 or top 4.
Yeah, so it's, come on, let's be for real. So that's the thing about it. I would never question that. But going back to John Carpenter's doing The Thing too.
I always do you think they would connect this? Because I do wonder this, because I think there's a version of this that you could tell that could be actually really compelling, almost like a legacy sequel. Like you bring back, let's say, in some weird capacity, you bring back Kurt Russell or Keith Davidson, or even Mary Elizabeth Winstead in the prequel, and you can actually have it connect to that movie, and then you can have all three of them team up to take out the last remaining things of that alien creature.
Okay. I see where you're going with that. I don't view it that way, and I'll tell you why.
But I don't think it would, though, because that would actually kind of that would take away from the ending of the original. So that's kind of like
That's what I was gonna say. That remember when they did that, when John Carpenter made that movie, they weren't thinking sequels. They weren't thinking 2025. It was 1982. So it was the movie was left open ended, like wondering if these two were both human or if one of them was still the thing, right?
Yeah.
And I liked how that ended because it left it up to you, the audience, to decide for yourself what you thought.
Yeah.
It gave your imagination a chance to go to town with it, and that would be great. So I'm not going to even like if they do a sequel. If they end up doing a sequel, again, I wouldn't consider them even being in it, but I would consider the idea of somehow it got out of there and it started infecting the world population. I'm talking about something apocalyptic, extinction level event, and the survivors that are trying not to allow themselves to get simulated because it would mean the extinction of the human race. What are they going to do? That I find to be a more compelling story for the Thing 2.
Well, we almost got that with the TV show they were going to do. I mean,
they never did it though, right?
Yeah, I think Frank Darabont was developing a TV show, and that was going to be about it was going to be like a direct sequel to the Carpenter film.
Right.
It actually got out into the world, and it was going to be like some world dominate, something along those lines. Like I think the script is leaked online, but it never got picked up for a TV show. That's why. What's going on?
Look what Frank said. The Thing 2 should take place in New York. Can you imagine that alien getting into the zoo? Yo, I can see the elephant right now. I'm like, oh shit. Yeah. Yo, I will bug out. That would be crazy. And the giraffe has like 5 necks.
That's pretty funny.
I can't. That would be off the hook. I would love to see. Somebody should do it. I don't know anything about AI, but somebody, you know how they have those weird AI things now?
Yeah.
Somebody should make something like that. I will laugh my head off.
But do you think that's the reason why they haven't moved forward with it? Because they haven't found like a perfect draft yet for them to think it's good enough to move forward? Because
here's the question. The question really is, have they even played with the idea? Now, you said something about a TV series, but how long ago was that?
That was back in, I think that was 2003 to 2006.
Okay, so they did the prequel, right? Came out in 2011, right? Mm-hmm. So they got that, and I appreciated it very much because it was very accurate in its connect to John Carpenter's classic. That's why I appreciated it so much.
I know people dog on it for the CGI, but I think it's a good movie.
It's all right. CGI, okay, yeah, fine. You're gonna get CGI. We live in that time frame. We live in the world of CGI. It happens, but guess what? There was practical effects anyway in this thing. There was a mix of both, and I appreciated that because I would have preferred. I'd rather, if I had to choose, I'll pick that mix of both as opposed to it all being CGI. Then I'd be a little annoyed. I would be annoyed on that.
Well, it's not that CGI is bad. Like I don't think anyone should dog on CGI. It's like it's just that you have those. But get
into a bodega. That would be bad. Like, where's the cat? Oh wait, it's not the thing. It's the ting. Whatever you is the ting. Well, ting, 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 ting.
Well, no. For its groundbreaking practical effects from Wabotine, and when you replace that with mostly CGI, like most people are probably gonna get really upset with that, especially the diehard fans that pretty much gonna say, "Oh my god, like that's sacrilege! Like how could you do this? Like that is such a disgrace to."
I have no idea. But look, Pinhead is saying they remastered the game. Mm-hmm. It's a video game that came out in this?
Yeah, that was for Xbox, and
Holy God, I didn't know that.
mhm. Yeah, no, they
Did
did.
you, I gotta see what that looks like. I'm sure there's
They
something
did
on
it
YouTube for
in, I think it was 2006, and Carpenter
it.
was involved in that one.
Oh hell yeah! I'm sure there's like a video
Or
presentation of it on YouTube somewhere. I'm gonna look that up. The Thing, the video game.
yeah, I just got my Xbox working again, so maybe I'll
What
start.
do you mean working again? You took it to the shop or something?
No, it was just unplugged. I just had to
Ah!
plug it up. I don't really play a lot of video games
It was
anymore.
broken. What did I do? I plugged it in. It's all good now.
No,
That's the way to do it. I hate when that happens to me. When I'm trying to I'm thinking something's broken when all I had to do was plug the damn thing in.
I just didn't
I
get up to the HDMI cord.
I could be so absent-minded, bro. Tony, I could be absent-minded. I can't believe I was it. Look, PC as well. So it's for computers. He's
Yeah,
laughing the way Xbox should be. I never had an Xbox. I've always been a PlayStation guy.
I was more of an Xbox person
Oh, okay.
than PlayStation. And
Ooh, check it out. There's a Hellraiser. Frank is saying there's a Hellraiser game coming out. I pre-ordered mine. I also got the Nightmare on Elm Street 7 film 4K collection. Looks fantastic. Alex, my buddy Alex from Levels of from Geeks and Flicks, just did I think the week before a um a 4K Blu-ray comparison of one of the Nightmare on Elm Street films. I think it was Dream Warriors, if I'm correct.
yeah, that's a great one. That's easily my favorite of the franchise.
Oh, everybody loves Part 3. Everybody loves Part 3.
Me and I love Wes Craven's New Nightmare. Like those two.
Yeah, that was good too. I only saw that once, funny enough, but when I did see it, I was hooked. I thought it was pretty good.
It's a great film. It was definitely a big improvement after the stinker that was Freddy's Dead. That was horrible.
It says here Hellraiser and Halloween game coming out next year. You see, people are still on Hellraiser looks brutal. Let me tell you.
I've never been a big Razor fan, to be honest. I've always found that to be kind of an overrated franchise.
Yo, I feel like I'm gonna be in the dark soon. My lights are like dimming. Like here.
Yeah. Everyone always loved. I know a lot of people like Pinhead, but I think I've never been a big.
Oh, there's a horror thing. Welcome to Horror and Coffee.
Yeah, I just never could get Pinhead for some reason. Like I love Clive Barker. Clive Barker is really good, but that's just not one Clive Barker movie I like. Like my favorite Clive Barker movie. I mean, he didn't direct it, but it is based on his book. It's actually called Midnight Meat Train.
I saw that
with Bradley Cooper. That's my.
That was a crazy movie.
Yeah, that's my.
That movie was nuts. Clive Barker, the oh my god.
Yeah, you remember the ending?
A little bit.
Yeah, the way how it ends, and it's just, yeah, that's like
the whole thing is crazy. I've actually, you know what I saw? I'm gonna do a review of this, but I'm not gonna rush because it's a stream. It's in the streaming. It was on Shudder. Hell House LLC Lineage.
Never heard of it.
If you go to Shudder, there's a franchise called Hell House LLC. Watch it. It's pretty good. It's creepy. Mm-hmm. There's some scenes that you're like, oh my god, like scary. It can be scary. Especially for the squeamish, forget about it. Mm-hmm. The first one was first couple, I believe, was a found footage stuff. Like it's a found footage horror movie. This one, it's not a found footage horror movie. This is, but it's still connected to the original. So we'll see how that works out because
I did see VHS Halloween recently.
I started watching it. I haven't finished. Thank God it's an anthology, so I can finish watching the stories about that. But I do want to finish watching that. And
I saw the hand walk the cradle remake recently.
I haven't. How is that? I haven't heard of that. I haven't seen it.
Really good.
Where can you see that?
That's on. Do you have Hulu on Disney?
Yes.
Oh yeah, it's on Hulu. Yeah, you should definitely check that one out.
All right, I intend on it.
Mm-hmm.
So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. The Thing 2 Let's keep our fingers crossed. Let's see if this is not just talk and rhetoric, and that John Carpenter actually is gonna have some kind of power to get this thing going.
You think
And
it will this time?
I hope so. I would love to see a
But
sequel.
will be a hit though, because like the Thing prequel was not a hit. That was another flop, like Carpenter's film. So
I liked it. I have my copy. That's how much I liked it. I got a copy of it. I loved it. I loved it. I don't want. But Godzilla minus zero. What are your thoughts?
I didn't see the first one.
Okay, so here's what you're gonna do, Tony. You're gonna, when you get a chance, get on Netflix because it's on Netflix and watch it. Watch it because it is the best, arguably the best Godzilla film ever made.
Yeah, everyone says
Just get ready to read the subtitles. You got to read the subtitles because it's all in Japanese. But yo, it was amazing. And they're already about to finish. They're going to be by the end of December finish filming the sequel to it, which is called Minus Zero, and it's slated to be released around this time next year.
Is it from the other director that did the
same director that did Minus One?
Mm-hmm.
If that's what you mean, is that what you meant?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's the same director. Godzilla minus Godzilla minus one won an Academy Award for its special effects. The first Godzilla movie ever, to get an Academy Award for anything. So I thought that was pretty good. I'm keeping this light close to me because it's getting really dark, and these lights, I need to put new batteries in it. Triborough's here. Triborough, salute Ralph and Tony, saying hi to you too, Tony. He says
I tell you, there's no news I found out. Like,
wait. Let me finish the Godzilla thing. I haven't finished. He said I haven't watched Godzilla minus zero either. Godzilla minus zero is still being filmed right now. What you're talking about is Godzilla minus one. That's what you haven't seen. Triborough, go on Netflix. It's there. Check it out. I promise you, you will not be sorry. You will get into it. You know, Frank is very excited too. Mm-hmm. All right, go ahead. I'm sorry, Tony. Go ahead.
Fine. No, I was going to tell you. Did you hear what Robert Englund said on like why there hasn't been a new Freddy movie in a long time?
No, what did he say?
No, he dropped some news. It's because of like there's a rights issue between like who owns it. Like it's Michael Bay's company and Wes Craven Estate. Like the Craven Estate, they have a percentage of it, and then New Line Cinemas have a percentage of it. For it's like the rights thing is kind of all over the place.
Oh, okay. Good to know.
Oh, like why they haven't done a new Nightmare movie yet, but he thinks it is possible, and I think they were able to make some sort of agreement for New Line to finally get the rights from the Craven Estate because that's how the box set was able to happen.
Okay. All right. Good to know. You see, this is why I need people like you around to fill us up with what's going on behind the scenes.
But could you see a new Nightmare on Elm Street movie happening anytime soon with a new actor?
No. I can't help it. You know, however, Turbo Gigolo says Robert Englund wants to voice Freddy in an animated series. That I heard of that. He wants to do the voice.
But I think people would rather see live action. And I think Robert Englund he's at that point where I think he's just too old to do Freddy. You know? That's why I think an actor is good. Like, I mean, people like the doggone Jackie O'Haley, but come on. But he was great, okay?
You like the Nightmare on Elm Street remake?
Yeah.
I didn't.
I didn't think it was that bad, I'll be honest. I mean, it's not great. I think there are better remakes out there.
Mm-hmm.
Like the one with I just talked about the hand that walks the cradle. Like
yeah.
There's better remakes out there, but this one
there are good remakes, but then there are bad remakes. You know what? I think there'll be a topic here for Thursday Night Coffee for the future, where we list the top 5 most worst horror remakes ever. Oh God, I can think of a ton of them, but for the sake of time, I'll break it down to 5.
That's for you?
Huh?
I have my list. And my list might be controversial, but I only know what my top 5? Does it have to be horror, or is it any kind?
It could be well, for the sake of the genre, it would be horror. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, it would be. But I would definitely want to do that. So I'm definitely gonna like start doing that and make a thing out of that on a Thursday night coffee.
If would the Fog remake at least be on your wish list?
No.
Ugh, that movie's horrible.
um Hold up. The makeup on Jackie O'Haley was really bad, but I like the backstory for Freddy. All
Yeah, me
right.
too. I mean, I don't think the makeup was the. I think the fact that they did a little bit too much CGI on him, I think that was what threw people off a little bit. But I think had they went with a more practical effects, well, I think he would have been a lot better. Because I like that they made Freddy look more like burned, like he was actually a burn victim.
Yeah.
Like really disgusting, and like even his backstory was really good. And again, I appreciate what that film did because it was a much more darker, it was a much more like sinister Freddy than what we've seen before. Because Freddy at that point was kind of jokey around. He was kind of mocked as like kind of like a jokey guy, except
Right.
versus Jason. Like that's different. Again, you're gonna probably expect that to have a little bit of fun. They brought a little bit of that back in Wes Craven's New Nightmare, but I love that they went full on Dark Freddy in the remake. I thought that was really compelling.
Not that he was darker. That's not what did it. What did it for me was just his mannerisms, and maybe I'm being spoiled because there's only because it's not Robert Englund. There's only one true Freddy Krueger. When you're typecasted like that, there's no escape. you know. But let's see. Oh yeah, Frankie didn't like it, as you can see. Yeah, I agree with him. It wasn't. Yeah, I saw that once and I never looked back after that. So that was the end of it.
Yeah.
That was me though. But I'm gonna wrap it up here because we've reached the 1 hour mark here on Thursday night coffee. Again, I will be here every Thursday for 1 hour where I will discuss the latest in horror. The two big topics today was the announcement of Godzilla Minus Zero to be released around this time next year, and John Carpenter in talks with Blumhouse about making a sequel to The Thing, or like my friend Carlito likes to call it in Spanish, La Cosa. So, but in this case, on that note, I'm gonna say good night. Tony, thank you for joining me and giving me your input. You just hit me up with some valuable information that
Yeah.
I you see, I don't know everything, and that's why I need people like you around. And Tony shows up. Triborough, you showed up. Triborough shows up. I got Frankie over here showing up. Appreciate it when that movie finally ended. That's what I'm saying, like that. That's the whole point. But I plan to be here again next Thursday, right? And let's see what happens. So remember, ladies and
Hey, I
gentlemen,
agree with this one comment right here. Pull up the last comment right here. This I absolutely agree with.
what, the Friday the 13th remake?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that one I really like a lot.
yeah, I liked it too. I won't be front, but you see, that's what I'll do, right? One Thursday night, I'll do the 5 worst horror remakes, and another Thursday night coffee, I'll do the 5 best horror remakes. I have my list of that also,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll be real with you, that's probably going to be one of them. So Friday the 13th. So let's see what happens. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us for some coffee on a Thursday night coffee. I'm Ralph Perez. That's Tony Movie Chappie.
Yep.
That's the way I like to call him. And I thank you. He's a remarkable young man with a lot of intel about what's going on in the horror and sci-fi world.
Mm-hmm.
And I just want to I do appreciate that. And until next Thursday, here, I'll try to make it 8:00 a little earlier so we can all go to bed sooner. But until then, this is Ralph Perez from Horror and Coffee. please consider subscribing if you're watching this replay and you like what you've heard and you want to see more of it. Tap on the bell for future notifications for future horror and coffee content. And until next time, good night, Frank.
Mm-hmm.
Good night, Triborough. Appreciate it, and I appreciate you too, Tony. So and Pinhead 198. Thank you so much for joining and filling us in with your your intel and input on this night. So until next time, guys.
Okay.
Tony, thank you.
Bye.
Take care. Bye. Bye, guys. Bye.